Alright everyone, I want to welcome you back to some more Umineko. In my opinion, I gotta say that this part of the episode is the reason why we are now seeing the birth of the Maria we know today. Because if anything, after what we saw her go through with Rosa, it explains so much really. And it also explains, at least in my opinion, why in like the later episodes of later parts of episode 2 when Rosa was being tortured by Beatrice, why we didn't get a chance to see Maria's reaction to this. For all we know, it was probably because she just didn't care. And we can kind of see why. But if anything else, we're going to continue on where we last left off, guys. So I hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for all the love and support. Let's continue on. Alright everyone, welcome back.
お嬢さんは悪くないでしょう。そのキスもおやめなさい。あんたは黙ってなさい。私と娘の話でしょ。ほらマリア、ママの目を見て話をしなさい。ママの質問にお返事は？
サク太郎だけじゃないの。ウサギのみんなも一緒。
今も持ってるの？
Oh, she's gonna destroy them in front of you. Watch. Maria fished around in her pocket and pulled out those 4 ceramic rabbits with her tiny hand. The rabbits were her precious friends who could go to school with her in Sakutaro's place. But when Rosa saw that, she shook her head slightly as though dizzy. In Maria's communication booklet, a note had been written that Maria was apparently bringing toys to school and playing with them. Communication booklet. A communication booklet is a notebook which elementary schools in Japan take to school with them, used as a short message communication tool between parents and teachers. For instance, the students would be told to write down information that parents need to know about the next day of classes. Parents can use them to keep teachers informed of lost items, health issues, or requests that their child skips a gym class. And because children tend to go to school in groups, notices of absences or latenesses can also be written in them and the booklet handed to the group. That's interesting. And it requested Rosa to give her home instruction to try to prevent this. But Rosa had dismissed the teacher's comment as fault-finding and on the contrary had phoned the school to make a complaint of her own, saying that there was no way her child would bring toys to school. For nearly an hour, she had shouted at the vice principal to stop making false accusations about her daughter. To a certain degree, the school grasped that Maria was a pitiful girl. They knew that the small toys she brought in with her were her only friends. So they had done their best to overlook it. But when the other students caught sight of them, some of the boys started complaining that only she was allowed to bring toys and the school had racked their brains on how to cope with this. They had tried to gently send a warning by way of the mother. But after Rosa's overreaction, even Maria's teacher decided to overlook it. But now Rosa knew. She had been the one who was wrong, and her daughter really had been bringing toys into school. And the school had seen the sorry side of her bringing toys into school and playing with them as her only friends. To Rosa, who knew her daughter was a little different from normal children, having this peculiar side of her daughter exposed and found fault with was more unbearable than anything. So she howled. She raged. The welfare officer tried to cut between Rosa and Maria again, but she only met with Rosa's wrath again. Rosa once again threw the woman off with a face like a demon. And when even that failed to curb her anger, she stomped on the ground over and over again so forcefully that it seemed she might break through the floor. Then, after seeming to come back to her senses for just a second, she suddenly froze her rough breathing and asked Maria.
マリア、そのウサギの音楽隊はマリアの大切なお友達？そう、4人もお友達がいてよかったわ。
As she said that, Rosa took one of the rabbits from Maria's hand. Then, she shoved it in front of Maria's eyes so she could see it very well. It was a cute little doll, like a chess piece of a rabbit holding a trumpet. She slowly lifted it into the air. Of course, Maria's and Sakutaro's eyes also followed it. And then, with a speed that the eye couldn't follow, she hurled it against the wall. This woman Wow. She had half imagined that the worst possible thing might happen, so she instantly realized what had been done. So Maria let out a short, despairing scream. It was in pieces. It had been small and sturdy, but not enough to accept her mother's fierce rage.
ママの言うことをちゃんと聞かないから、一つ壊れちゃったわ。今後、ママの言うことを守らないたびに、また一つ壊すからね。覚えておきなさい。あなた、そんなことするなんて母親ですか？そんなことして、お嬢さんが傷つかないと思ってるんですか？マリアが傷つく。私も傷ついているのよ。私の傷は誰が責任取ってくれるのよ。誰が？あんたは黙っててって言ってるでしょ。
やめてママ。悪いのはマリア。
And now we know why Maria is the way she is from episode 1 onwards. Golly. And I thought, oh my god. Okay.
おばさんを怒らないで。マリアは悪くないよ。僕が悪いの。マリアを怒らないで。
Oh, if you're not careful, Sakutao's gonna get ripped to shreds.
うりゅうりゅうりゅうりゅう。
そのぬいぐるみごっこをやめろって言ったでしょ。だいたいね、気持ち悪いのよ。ぬいぐるみがお友達ってあんた今年でいくつよ。何歳よ。こんなの布と綿の気持ち悪い下手くそなぬいぐるみじゃない。こんなのしか友達いないのあんた。こんな化け物のぬいぐるみとお友達ごっこしてる暇があったら、ちゃんとした人間の友達を作りなさいよ。なんであなたにはいつまでもお友達ができないのよ。そうなんだから、いつまでもクラスで変わり者扱いされてバカにされて。ほんとしっかりして、いい加減にして。こんなぬいぐるみ遊びもう卒業しちゃってよ。
うりゅう。
だからそのぬいぐるみごっこをやめろって言ってるでしょ。
ママ返して。サキ太郎返して。うりゅう。
Mama grabbed hold of Sakutaro's head and snatched him from me. Then, she smashed him against the wall over and over.
痛いよ。
やめろっつってんのよ。
You know, I know this is a serious thing, but I can easily picture Maria voicing Sakutaro as he's getting thrown against the wall, saying all the ows and ows and all that. I know I should be laughing, but it's just like, I'm picturing it, I'm just like, oh, this is also ticking off Rosa.
そのぬいぐるみごっこをやめろっつってんでしょ。こんなぬいぐるみがあるから。だからあんたはいつまでも友達を作らないのよ。だから一人だけクラスで浮いてておかしな子扱いされるんでしょうが。こんなぬいぐるみあげなきゃよかった。こんな気持ち悪いぬいぐるみあげなきゃよかった。
やめて。サキ太郎返して。サキ太郎返して。サキ太郎はマリアのお友達なの。親友なの。サキ太郎さえいれば他には何もいらない。だから返して。
You probably shouldn't have said that to your mom.
返して。
For some reason, my frantic request just added oil to the fire of Mama's anger. As I pulled on Sakutaro trying to take him back, Mama pushed my arm aside. And in a bizarre way, she stuck her fingernails on both hands deep into Sakutaro, twisting him. The red scarf which I had carefully wrapped for him every day came undone and fell to the floor. Sakutaro, who had been so precious to me. He was crumpled, twisted, torn at the fingernails so much. He was twisted in pain, his face grimacing so sadly. Then Mama's fingernails found a stitch on the neck and tore it. With the fingernails of both hands, she tore him apart. In that instant, Sakutaro's yellow cloth and the cotton inside burst apart. It looked almost like moist cotton candy.
Ryu.
Maria had enough courtesy to give Sakutaro one last hurrah.
Maria.
You know, if it wasn't for this whole dramatic scenario, Maria could have gone into theater.
Sakutaro. Oh, Ryu. Sakutaro. Oh.
The crumpled yellow cloth and the cotton candy that was flowing out were thrust right in front of my eyes. Then, through Mama's face, the evil being stated it clearly.
作太郎は死んでしまいました。
Okay, what? What is this I'm reading? Oh, she's crying. Okay. I was looking, I was like, what?
マリア、マリア、泣くんでない。
ベアトリーチェ！ベアトリーチェ！
作太郎は良き友人であった。そなたがそれを忘れぬ限り、常にそなたと共にある。だから、泣くんでない。
生き返らせて！ベアとはいろんな魔法が使えるんだもんね！作太郎だって生き返らせられるよね！
それは、無論、作太郎がわらわの家具だったなら、それもたやすい。しかし、作太郎はそなたの家具だ。わらわにそれは難しい。
難しいってことは無理じゃないんだよね。生き返らせて！無限の魔法で生き返らせて！
実はな、作太郎のよりしろはローザの手作りのぬいぐるみであったろ。そのローザが作太郎を否定した。母にその生を許されなかった命は存在できぬのだ。
Beatrice's words were feeble, because she knew that no matter what the excuse, it wouldn't be enough to calm Maria and make her accept it. But she had to communicate the painful truth to her disciple and close friend. She had to tell her the fact that even with all of her own magic, even she could not revive Sakutaro.
そなたが作太郎の存在を強く信じる限り、その魂が消え去ることはない。だからマリア、どうか悲しむな。今もほら、すぐそこで作太郎が微笑んでいると信じるのだ。
I like the parallels between what Maria's going through and what Ange was going through as well. It's the same thing, except I don't think it's gonna end the same way Ange handled it, where she stopped believing because, you know, she knew she was playing pretend.
諦めよ、 作太郎を蘇らせる魔法はない。
But you're the great endless witch.
そしてそれでもなお作太郎がそなたの親友であり続けることを強く信じよ。その力が魔法となる。
そんなの魔法じゃない魔法じゃない作太郎が生き返らなきゃ嫌だ。ママの手作りだからダメなの。どうしてママは作太郎を作ったの？マリアにプレゼントするためじゃないの？マリアのお友達にするためじゃないの？なのに、なんでママは自分で作って自分で壊したの？どうしてママは自分で産んで自分で壊そうとするの？わかんないわかんない。ママが憎いよ。ママが憎い。悔しい悔しい悲しい悲しい。作太郎がそうされたようにママをねじり上げてやりたい。爪を立てて引き裂いて布地と綿にしてやりたい。悔しいよ悔しいよベアトリーチェ。作太郎。
From the darkness behind Maria's back, two massive jet black arms crept out, coiling around Maria as she sobbed in anger. Then massive fingernails stuck into Maria's chest and stomach. Maria could not see them, but Beato could. Anger and sadness without any place to go will tear you apart. Beato knew that. She could see that. Yes. In the end, those massive arms were Maria's own. Those fingernails slowly started to dig into her chest and stomach. With their immense size and strength, those arms would probably tear Maria into bits easily. But Maria herself couldn't notice. Drowning in a sea of her own tears, she couldn't notice that her own arms were trying to tear apart her own chest.
悔しい悔しい。作太郎がどうしても生き返らせられないならマリアは復讐したい。ママを同じ目に合わせてやりたい。作太郎と同じ目に合わせてやりたいの。ベアドリーチェ、そのための魔法を教えて。ママをやっつける魔法を教えて。
その言葉は本心か。
ママを殺してやる。あれはママじゃないよ。ママに取り付いた悪い魔女だ。
No, no, that is your mom.
ママの魔女を殺してやる。
However unfortunate that is your mother.
よかろう。その力を心美しきそなたが自らに引き裂かれるくらいなら、そなたにその苦しみを与えた心なき母こそがよほど引き裂かれるに値する。教えようぞ、魔女の世界の光さすことなき深淵の奥底を。
作太郎みんな嫌い大嫌い。ママも嫌い、エンジェも嫌い。みんな大嫌い。
I've been trying to take a nap, but the boat really was shaking bad. I gave up on sleeping and went onto the deck. I was woken by the shining sun and a strong sea breeze. Up on the deck, Amakusa was doing some stretches. He probably has a lot of time on his hands too. It'll still take a while longer to reach Nijima. It would only have taken on the order of half an hour by airplane, but there was the chance that the Sumadero's net extended over Nijima Airport. The arbor would probably be the same. For that reason, I had obtained a boat that would let me land while avoiding the harbor with no questions asked. I bumped into a cheery boat captain. Treated him with generosity, and he had decided to help me out amused.
まだだいぶかかるの？
さっき船長に聞いたら、あと2時間はたっぷりかかるそうです。ま、贅沢は言えねえですな。
いいお天気ね。焼けちゃいそう。
甲板で読書ですか？本が傷みますよ。
Amakusa apparently got that idea because I was clutching Maria Nechan's diary under my arm. I've been reading it as I tried to fall asleep, which is why I'd come back up still carrying it.
どうですか？マリアさんの日記からロッケン島の真相は探れそうですかい？
さあ、あの島で何があったかなんて、どこまで調べても仮説でしかない。メッセージボトルもお姉ちゃんの日記も、魔女が闊歩するおとぎ話が記されているだけで、何も真実を語らない。お手上げよ。
新島での関係者からの聞き込みに期待するしかないですな。
ウィッチハンターどもが散々質問攻めにしてるでしょうから、きっと真事実なんて見つからないわよ。
そこまで期待してないのに、半日も船旅をして新島に行こうなんて、実に気まぐれなことです。
調べたっていう自己満足のための旅みたいなものよ。本気で12年前の真実が解き明かせるなんて、私も甘えてるつもりはないわ。
その自己満足が終わったら、どうするつもりで？
さあ、考えてないわ。新島に行って関係者に話を聞いて、最後にロッケン島に行って花でも捧げたら、私の旅はおしまいね。
Several days had passed since this journey began, after being told by Berncastle on the roof of that building. To search for the truth of 12 years ago, I left on a journey akin to trying to grasp a cloud. At the time, I felt something mystical about it, and I remember feeling as if I might be able to grasp some kind of miracle at the end of this journey. But several days are enough to bring a person back down from that high. As I stood on the roof of that skyscraper that day, my heart had nowhere left to go. It was completely dead. Wanting from the bottom of my heart to be released from the cage in my body and rise into the sky, I crossed the fence in order to die. Maybe experiencing the desire to die and actually stepping forward, slowing my body down, caused some kind of mystical experience inside my head, making me think I had received a message from a witch. The more the excitement from jumping down lessened over time, and the more I came back to my senses, the more this journey lost its meaning. But I never considered suspending this journey just because of that. If I stopped this journey, it would mean acknowledging that the message from that witch was an illusion. And I felt as if that meant throwing away the promise the witch had made, and any chance that someone from my family might come back. So I'm continuing this journey because I want to believe in that illusion. I don't seriously believe that this journey will change anything. I'm even free to end at any time. It's up to me to choose where the final destination is. In the end, this journey is only for my personal self-satisfaction.
自己満足か。聞こえは悪いですが、そいつが実は人生ってやつではないかと思ってます。
傭兵家業で視線をくぐった末に至った答えだったなら、なかなか味わい深いじゃない。
茶化さんでください。俺が言いたいのは、自己も何も自分を認められるのは世の中で自分だけしかいないってことです。
Amakusa continued stretching as he spoke, in an annoying, eloquent way. Hearing it told me as though from a teacher made me instinctively want to resist, but what he was saying was extremely sensible.
そうかもね。人は誰かに認められたくて努力をするわ。多くの場合、それは親ね。親に褒められたくて子供は努力を覚える。だから私は覚えなかったわけだけど。
すんません。そういうつもりで言ったんじゃないです。 俺が言いたいのは、自己満足大いに結構ってことなんです。誰に褒められたって、それを納得できなきゃ意味がない。逆を返しゃ、誰に褒められなくったって、自分が納得できりゃそれでいいってことです。
自己満足と向上心って矛盾するから、普通は悪いことって教えられるわよね。天草の論法はなんだか新鮮よ。
誰かに認めて欲しくて、だけれど何を努力すればいいのかわからないのが人の世の苦しみです。俺にもそういう頃があった。誰かに認められたくて、でも何を認められればいいかわからなくて、そして何をどこまで努力すれば誰に認めてもらえるかわからなくて、随分と無茶苦茶をやってきたもんです。
それで天草が至った答えが自己満足だっていうの？
聞こえは悪いがそういうことです。我ただ樽を知るってやつですわ。俺がこれでいいと思った人生なら、それはとやかく言われてどうこうってもんじゃない。エンジェさんの人生もこの旅も同じです。エンジェさん以外の誰にもとやかく言う権利なんてない。旅の意味と成果はエンジェさんだけが決める。エンジェさんにとって有意義な旅になったなら、それで十分なんですよ。
あんたってちゃらけてる男だと思ってたけど、たまに変なこと言い出すのね。そういうこと、たまに言うとモテると思ってるでしょ。
まさかまさか、そんなつもりで言ったんじゃありません。どうやらお一人になりたいようだ。俺は船長のところへ行っていますぜ。どうぞごゆっくり。
It seemed Amakusa had decided I was in a bad mood, although I didn't feel that way myself. Maybe he had just finished a set of stretches and wanted to cool off in the shade. The sea winds were strong, but not enough to take the edge off the rays of the sun. Amakusa disappeared. Only I remained.
自己満足こそが人生か。
そんなのつまらないです。人生はどこまでも強欲でなくっちゃ。
I noticed that Mamon had suddenly appeared, her full hair streaming out in the wind by the prow of the ship.
強欲な人生は確かに楽しいわ。でも、あなたと違って人間には寿命がある。
So I assumed they made up again?
永遠に強欲のままだったなら、人は死ぬ最後の瞬間にも欲があることになる。欲があるということはつまり欲しいということ。持っていないということ。満たされていないということ。自分が満たされていると思えないまま死ぬのはきっと辛いことよ。だからきっと自己満足って必要なんだわ。
なるほど。寿命ある存在にはそういう妥協点も必要ってことですか。私たちの主はやたらと寿命の長いお方ばかりだったんで考えたこともなかったです。
人間ってのは満たされるために生きてるのかしら。だとしたら無欲が一番人生に優しいことになるわ。なるほど。7つの大罪の一つが強欲になるのも納得ね。
お褒めに預かり光栄です。
Apparently that counted as praise in Mamon's eyes. She turned and gave a graceful curtsy.
エンジェ様、人間は死の瞬間に満足であるために生きてるんですか？
死の瞬間に何かが満たされていないのはきっと辛いんじゃない？
だとしたら人間は満足な死を迎えるためだけに生きてるわけですね。より良い死のために生きてる。死ぬために生きてる。
Wow, that's a hell of a thing to say. Yes, I should have expected that from a demon steak. However, her words might be the truth. Humans suffer because they aren't whole and live only to be made whole. It might be the same, in other words, as the desire to die while whole.
言い返せないわ。人は満たされるために生きてる。そして
満たされたまま死にたいと願ってる。だから、その満たされ方がわからないのは、とても辛いことだわ。
どうやれば満たされるんです？人間の人生は。
認めてもらうことよ。お前は幸せだってね。
誰が認めてもいいものでしたら、私が認めてあげますよ。
そうよ。そこなのよ。
Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. If anything else, we will continue on in the next one.